Hello there, dear guest. I'm glad you stumbled upon this channel. I'm Miss Erable, and join me in the masquerade of misery. So welcome to this brand new channel, which I made because I got inspired by amazing people like M.o.M from this prison called Life and Life is Overrated 96. Shout out to you guys, I love your channels. I watch every video you make. You always manage to make me laugh with your humor or simply not feel alone with my opinions about life and about society. So I really thank you for your work and for reaching out to people like me who always feel alone. Especially because I come from Hungary. Anyway, excuse my horrible accent, even though I'm trying my best to not sound too Hunglish. Because some of us, or well, most of us can have really horrible accents, and I'm trying to avoid that, but I know I'm not doing the best job, but whatever. So, I'm from Hungary, and I have no idea how many people think similarly to me here, because as far as I have noticed, this country is like a walking contradiction. This whole nation is like a contradiction because our nation is famous for, or infamous, you decide, for being pessimistic, for complaining, for being negative. And anyway, pessimism and being negative, I just call it being realistic, because once you have been black-pilled, once you have opened your eyes towards life and what a full of shit place this is, this planet, there's no going back. So, we have this pessimistic nation who love complaining, and yet, despite all this mindset, we are still full of life sims, as I love calling them. Because all you hear is, oh, we need more Hungarian children. We have to increase our population because it's been decreasing for many years now. And oh my God, who will take care of these old people? And how will we retire those ones who are young now? Well, you should have thought about it before, and the best solution to all of this is just stop breeding altogether, and everyone in the globe should follow this idea. But unfortunately, we are light years away from this coming true. So what I do is that I constantly hope and pray to this fucking universe that already bent us over so many times before, to at least liberate us. It was enough. We lived for at least 200,000 years, or who knows how long, and we just cannot make this life enjoyable whatsoever. We have very short moments of joy, and the suffering outweighs the good things anytime. So my nation is a walking contradiction, because oh, life sucks and blah blah, and they go on with complaining, and yet they think that oh, it's a good idea to bring more kids here to suffer and complain about life. So we should all just go extinct. I cannot wait for that wonderful moment, and I'm constantly praying for this fucked up universe that put us here in the first place, to at least send a big asteroid or some shit to destroy this whole planet or wipe out at least this species, because I've had enough. And if you look at the future, it's not the brightest one at all. Actually, things are getting worse, and I don't want to live in this dystopian bullshit that is ahead of us. And what I dislike is when they say, Suffering, what are you talking about? You live in a Western country, you have water, clean water, you have electricity, you have a warm home, a roof over your head. Oh, yeah, maybe not for long, my friend. And food on the table and all. Oh, Lou, you have a job. Yes, I do. But we never know how long these things will last, especially the good things, because we are heading into a major, huge, endless black hole of utter misery and shit as things are progressing. That's what I can get from it, and most people. Another thing I wanted to shortly discuss in this first video of mine is why I call it the Masquerade of Misery. Well, the reason for that is because if you think about it, life itself is a masquerade of misery. Masquerade because in society, whether we want it or not, we are constantly wearing a mask in front of others. Whether these are friends, colleagues, family, or you go to a supermarket, wherever you go, you cannot fully always show your real side, the real one that only you know. So we are constantly forced to change our personalities or hide some parts of it, and therefore it feels like a masquerade other than a miserable circus, or as Life is Overrated said, a circus prison. All of them are accurate descriptions. It's ridiculous, this whole society and life that we are living as human beings. And even if you think about it, the animals and any other creature just suffers with this existence. None of us can consent to it. And we just come here, and from then on is a death sentence. We are just waiting for our death, the Lord and Savior, the Grim Reaper, to come for us, which can be soon enough, I tell you. And it's all about survival, fighting, cruelty, violence, suffering, endless amount of it. Even if there are enjoyable moments, I won't deny it, there are, but they are all short, and the suffering is always longer. I've seen in one of these videos I watched a long time ago that was about antinatalism. I think it was a guy from India who said that we have chronic depression, but we don't have chronic happiness. And it's so true. Also, I had once a teacher, a language teacher who taught Russian, and she said that happiness is made of very short moments. And it's so true. People are always striving for, oh, my biggest wish is to be happy, to achieve happiness. Yeah, and first of all, describe what the fuck happiness is. Is it the lack of suffering? Because then you will never reach it. Is it the feeling of constantly being satisfied with your life, or, what is exactly happiness to you? But I have bad news, because you cannot have in general a happy life, because you will constantly get fucked over. I notice also that whenever something good happens to me, I always have to expect the punishment for it, or the payment. And if I can describe my life, I would say that Murphy's Law dictates it heavily. But as I'm a Hungarian woman, of course I feel the urge to continue complaining, but I'm not going to do that. I think that for this first video of mine, this was enough, and in the future, I don't know, I'm not sure yet how often I'm going to make videos. It depends on my job, or the household bullshit tasks I have to do. It will depend on many things, my mood, but I'm not gonna promise anything. I don't like making promises that I'm not sure if I can keep. So I think that's it for today. I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and if you found this video good enough and my future videos, then of course feel free to subscribe, but I'm not gonna tell these cliche bullshit things that oh, hit that like button and oh, subscribe. Fuck it, fuck this. You will decide. I won't pressure anyone. If you just come here as an occasional visitor, that's fine. Everyone is welcome in the Masquerade of Misery. And I actually have a very long list of topics that I would like to talk about in the future, so stay tuned if you wish, and I will see you next time. Bye, and praise the Reaper. Because I have noticed that you're a fucking bitch.